If you guys are looking to buy a stacked NBA 2K19 account with a high overall and maxed out badges, make sure you hit up my boy Sports TMB. The link to his Twitter will be in the description. Click it, make sure you tell him that boy sent you, and he'll hook you up with the account of your dreams. Ladies and gentlemen, this isn't the type of video I like to post. I hate Mycareer. But a lot of you guys want to know my method. Mycareer is the best way to rep up. If you want to be high overall, you got to play Mycareer. You guys want my method? So here it is. Please drop a like on the video. You see this is me simulating out at halftime, okay? At halftime, 74,000, almost 75,000. Double that, for those of you that are really good at math, that's 150,000 MyPoints per game. Okay, now I hate those videos that make you watch a long ass video just to get the method, so I'm going to give you a 30-second recap for those that just want the quick explanation. Please drop a like if you're going to leave after this explanation though, because nobody else would do this for you. Hall of Fame difficulty, 12-minute quarters, simulate to the playoffs. Shoot limitless threes until you get team takeover. Shoot limitless threes, probably 4 shots, you get team takeover. Boom, team takeover. Then you're going to run pick and pops from limitless range. Pick and pop from limitless range. That's basically the method in 30 seconds, but I will give you guys more detail now about exactly how to do it. Like I said, if you just wanted the quick explanation, there it is. Please drop a like if you guys are going to dip out. Thank you for coming through. The full method, okay, getting on average, I get between 70 and 80,000 rep per half. Okay, there's a reason per half. You can't play the whole game. People tweeting at me, I'm scoring 200 points, I'm playing the whole game, and I'm getting almost the same rep as you or less rep. The problem is, guys, there is a cap on limitless threes. This method is really only going to work for shooters that have at least silver limitless. I'll tell you that right now. If you have gold or Hall of Fame, that's great. Silver, you can still do this method, okay? You see here, the big points are coming from limitless threes and pick and pop scores. Limitless threes, I believe, caps at 30 makes. So once you hit 30 limitless threes, you're not going to get any more rep for limitless threes, okay? So here's the method. Hall of Fame difficulty, 12-minute quarters. I sim to the playoffs. Now be careful. Do not sim 20 seasons because I think it makes you retire once you hit 40 years old. I'm only going to sim to the playoffs for about the first 13 seasons, and then I'm going to play the regular season. The reason I sim to the playoffs is you get more rep from playoff games because of some of the multipliers, and I mean not multipliers, because of some of the opponent strength that they give you. You get more when you're in the playoffs, and I think a few other things give you more rep. So essentially, when the game starts, very simple, find a way to get open from limitless. You could try to run pick and pops, but sometimes the point guard won't pass it to you. If you have on-court coach, he'll pass it more often, so you can do that. But basically, if you're on somebody with at least silver limitless, you can see I can just stand limitless, and most of the time I get open. Sometimes they'll be pushed up on you. If that's the case, you're going to want to try to get a couple dunks so they start to respect the drive and you can get open at limitless. Or you can run pick and pops, but again, you got to spam A and hope they actually pass you the ball. Once you get team takeover, I put it on full court trap for defense, right? Switch to the point guard, use the D-pad, put it on full court trap so that you get the ball back faster. On offense, it's very simple. Back up to almost half court with the point guard, run pick and pops. You want to get pick and pop shots and limitless threes. Now remember, you got to do this deep. You see how deep I'm standing with Westbrook? If you stand right on the three-point line and run the pick and pop, you'll get pick and pop shots, but you're not going to get limitless threes. You're getting 2 big categories in one shot. You see right there how close I ran that pick and pop? My dude isn't going to pop backwards. He's going to pop right where he is. So you got to run it, see, out by half court. As soon as your dude hits the screen, throw it, because the guard is going to take like a step, like he's trying to get back to the ball handler, if that makes sense to you guys. Like right here, he's running to get back to Westbrook. I kick it, boom, it's a 3-pointer. Limitless threes and pick and pops are your bread and butter. You can keep track if you want for 30 limitless threes, but basically I try to shoot every 3 from limitless. So once I hit 30 3-pointers, I know a majority of them are from limitless. I might hit like 32 or 33 threes in a half. That way, I know that I got almost, between 28 and 30 threes. Obviously, the ideal would be 30 for 30 from limitless, 30 for 30 on pick and pops, but that's going to be tough to get. You don't have to, but again, once you lose your team takeover, just keep shooting limitless threes to get it back. I'm a 94 overall, so my team takeover lasts a lot longer than if you're not 94 overall. But even if you're not, you'll still be able to get like 20, 25 points in the time when you have team takeover if you do it properly. Another way to get open from limitless when you don't have team takeover is right there. Throw it to the wing, step back like 1 foot, call for the ball back, you'll get open from 3. I literally continue to do this, and I hate playing Mycareer, but this is a great way. On defense, remember before I said the full court trap? The reason for that is you want to get the ball back as fast as possible. So if you put the full court trap on and you hold left bumper, your teammates will double team the ball. So you don't want to leave your assignment, because if you leave your assignment, you're going to get negative teammate grade, and getting an A+ teammate grade will get you like another 6,000 rep. So you need to get an A+, but you want to get the ball back as fast as possible so that you can shoot as many times as you can in the first half. So what I'll do when I'm in team takeover is I'll leave my guy. I'll let my guy play defense on his own. I'll switch to one of the other players, double team the ball so that they throw it to the open player. That guy shoots. We get the ball back as fast as possible. Sometimes I can switch back to my guy and get a steal or a block, which is great because you get good rep for that as well. But that's not necessary. You just want to get the ball back as fast as possible. Again, I lost my team takeover. I go back to shooting limitless threes. Now, like I said, remember, you're only playing half the game because there's a cap on rep. There's no reason for you to play the second half. You're better off simming out, or it's called ask out, sim to end. You still get rep for that. You still get VC for that, and you can start a new game. If you play the second half, you could do exactly what you did in the first half, and you'll probably only get like another 5K rep. You might even lose rep because you're going to lower your shooting percentage. Make sure you're shooting a good percentage. See, I'm shooting 85% from 3. That's pretty good. You're not always going to shoot that good, but as long as you're like, I would say around 70%, you'll get good rep. There's no reason to play the second half because there's a cap on how many shots you can make, like I said. So you could play the whole second half. You could score another 100 points, 30 more 3-pointers, and you won't get any rep for it because there's a cap on it, okay? So you're better off simming out, starting the next game. Then the sum of those two halves, obviously, like I said, is 150,000 rep for a whole game. You're only playing half the game. That's the best way to do it. I was able to go from 94, and I'm literally about to hit 95 overall right now. I did it in about, I think, 5 days, and I am not a career grinder. I do not do that. But this method, I'm able to get like 2% per game on my bar to 95. Like, that's 2% per half. Remember that. I'm only playing half. So basically 4% for one whole game on a bar that's going to 95 overall. I think that's pretty good in my opinion. You're saving a lot of time when you do this method because not only are you maximizing your points, but it's pretty easy in terms of like it's not a lot of effort required. You're not calling a bunch of plays and all that. You literally come down the court and shoot limitless and then call pick and pops. When you're on the guard on the pick and pop, I found the best way is to either rhythm dribble or use your size up depending on who you're on. You see here, I check, I look, okay, I've made 31 out of 35 3-pointers. I know that I probably shot 3 3-pointers that are not from limitless range, 3 to 5 3-pointers that are not limitless range. So I know I can hit a couple more and they'll still count towards limitless, and I can always get more pick and pop scores. I don't know if there's a cap on pick and pop scores, but in the first half I usually have 20 something of them and they all count. So I think maybe it goes up to 30 or 35 around there. Perimeter shots, you'll get a decent amount. I'll show you at the end, but you're not going to get a ton. Now you see here I'm in the second half, right? Oh, I thought you sim out at halftime, that boy. Correct. But for the most part, sometimes I'll play a minute or 2 of the third quarter if I see the potential to get more rep. Like, for example, I already had 31 threes there, so there was no reason to keep playing. If I only had, let's say I made 25 threes, I might stay in the game. I might stay in and shoot 5 more threes in the next 2 minutes and then finish the game. Or maybe if I'm on an A or A- teammate grade, I'll try to get that up to an A+ if I'm pretty close to it. If you're on like a B- teammate grade, there's no reason to stay in just to get the A+. But if you're only like 1 good pass away or 1 assist away from getting an A+, you might as well stay in and get it because that's going to give you a little bit more points. These little points, like blocks, I got 1,300. Those little bit of points, good screens, 3,000, that they add up, man. Any block you can get, any steal you can get, any rebound you can get, those hundreds and thousands of points, they add up pretty quickly. So make sure you're doing that as well. It's not all about getting shots off. You got to get these other points. You see, opponent strength 5,500, win bonus 6,200, teammate grade I got 4,900, so that's 5,000. If you get an A+, you get like 6,000 something. So make sure you're working on that teammate grade as well as scoring. See, I scored 119 there basically in the first half. What did I play, like 30 seconds of the second half, and I got 70k rep. The most I've ever gotten, I think, is like 80,000 something, maybe 90,000, but I think that was after I won the championship. When you win the championship, you get like a 8,000 bonus. But this is another game that I showed earlier, about 75,000 rep game. You see the big points are coming from the limitless, the pick and pops, But these other little ones add up. Perimeter shots, 35 or 45 at 6,000. Teammate grade, 6,200. Win bonus, 6,200. Opponent strength, 6,200. Listen, I don't know if it's the best method, but this is my method. You guys wanted it, so here it is. Please drop a like, subscribe if you guys are new, and I'm out.